The world is a crazy place, and so there are disturbing facts. So in this video, I'm going to comment on 5 truths you won't like to hear. Precisely because they are things that could be different, or that you will feel a little uncomfortable to know. But they are facts and you need to visualize them in order to improve as a person and become stronger. So want to know more? Continue on the video. Number 1. Your value will be used against you. In today's world, the only one who does not suffer and is not attacked is the one who has nothing to offer. Because he does not have potential or does not exercise that potential, he does not become a threat to anyone. He is just a worthless individual who walks the streets as if he is invisible to others. But you, with your skill, with your quality, with your differential, prepare yourself because the ignorant will look at you and use what you are good at to torture you. If you have a relationship with a person where you both feel pure love, then they will attack you saying that this love is actually vulgar. If you work and produce tirelessly, people will say that you only know how to work and that you are unhappy because of it. If you seek profit, people will say that you are just a greedy person. And if you have a clear conscience and act with tranquility and honesty, they will comment on how dissimulated you are and that your honesty is nothing more than an act. The truth is that they will try to take what you are good at and turn it into a lie, into a weapon to disturb you. After all, the greatest torture is nothing more than taking competence, individual principles, and turning it into a farce. Distorting what you are good at and turning it into something horrible. So prepare yourself psychologically. For in the game of life, of success, they will not attack your defect, but your quality. They will try to exclude you and annoy you for being good, and if you don't understand this Machiavellian move, you will be frustrated with this envious attitude of the ignorant. Number 2. Your laziness stems from not knowing what to do. Lazy people have energy. They do have a desire to do something. It's no wonder that despite the lazy person spending hours playing games or watching videos, he has willpower. But he uses that strength in tasks aimed at entertainment, distractions, or sometimes useless things that don't even entertain him. Why does he torture himself in this way to the point of spending hours doing things he doesn't even enjoy? The fact is, he's lying there on the bed or on the couch, as he has no idea what he's really supposed to do. The lazy person's problem is not procrastination, but the lack of creativity that leads to that procrastination. He has no idea what his purpose is and therefore his path is empty. Anyway, maybe the lazy could at least take a day to analyze his life and see his ability, think of some productive activity and try it. Because it's better to try and fail than to continue on his couch thinking that the problem is the lack of energy, when in fact it is the ignorance of not knowing where to use his energy. Number 3. You seek pleasure but don't find even on the simplest things. I bet you think about sexual pleasure a lot. I bet you, working sometimes, reflect on how nice it would actually be to be in bed with someone else. How pleasant it would be to go to your favorite restaurant and imagine yourself splurging, ordering everything you feel like. I bet lust and gluttony whisper only the sweetest and most pleasant pleasures, but the question is, do you find pleasure in your work or when you're home alone? Or when you just stop for a while, sit somewhere quiet and relax? Because if you don't find pleasure in simplicity, nothing will be able to satiate you. Nothing will kill your will, because your will is controlled by sins, excess, vices. Not for what is pure and virtuous. Number 4. A day wasted doesn't kill, but how many days have you wasted? A day to take a day off doesn't hurt. It is normal for you in moments when you have worked hard and achieved results, you decided to take a break to renew your energies and return to work, in an even more vigorous way. However, how many days have you wasted without the purpose of resting and then working? How many days did you decide to do nothing when in fact you had already done nothing the day before? Sometimes you think, oh, today I'm going to rest, today I'm going to take a break. But what work have you done before to consider that now is a good time for a break? Sometimes you haven't done anything before and come up with this lie to rest to trick your mind into thinking your rest is deserved. You have no reason to rest, because you haven't even spent your energies, you're just there with more and more accumulated energies. Then you don't understand why you become such an anxious person. Finally, rest when you have reason to rest. Otherwise, get up and work. Number 5. Certain people are prepared to go down with you. Sometimes you even think that it doesn't make sense for someone to try to harm you in that situation, because if you fall, they fall with you. So, with that logic, you feel safe. However, have you ever heard of Japanese kamikaze? They were crazy Japanese who in the Second World War filled their planes with explosives and headed towards the enemy. They didn't care. They just wanted to beat the opponent even if it meant their deaths. There are people nowadays who are just like these kamikazes. They are not well, they hate themselves. They just want to see you fall regardless of whether they fall with you or not. So don't feel safe if you think the person wouldn't be crazy to do something so harmful to everyone. If this message helped you in any way, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video and leave a comment below. That way you help our channel to grow and this message to reach more people. Thank you so much for staying with me this far. A big hug from your friend William.